Actually, honestly, not much at all, because I never started my career doing anything. I didn't plan for anything. I just worked. So I think as you work on cool projects, these things, I never want to put a name out there or anything. I just do what I want to do. And I think that's true for a lot of recognizable artists, at least my generation. We just work for companies, work on cool projects. They kept on doing that. And naturally, because you work on cool stuff, you do good work, people then know who you are. So, and that's what I always been done. I never do something for, like, oh, if I do this, then people know who I am. I never do that. It's just do what I want to do, that's it. And try to do a good job at it, and then people recognize. So there's no feeling of, oh wow, and I'm recognized. I'm just the same exactly when I was 20 years ago to today. It's pretty much the same, yeah. For me, it's inspiration. I think books is a big one for me. I like to read a lot. Also knowing things, how things work, all the technical things. So I think for me, concept art is about design. So I rarely study art. I don't look at art things or anything like that. I don't look at much art stuff at all. It's all about engineering, how things are made, how things work. These are all my inspirations. Nature is another good one, like how animals work, how does bone work, how does muscle work. This is where all my interests are, and it inspires me to do endless amount of designs. So I almost don't look at anything from artists at all, because my job is not art. Yeah, my job is to come up with ideas. So for younger people getting started, they have to get the art side good first, so that they draw well. But once they draw well, they have to then start looking for things that interest them, not in the art side, in the design side. Tell a story. What we tell students is, if you just draw something everybody else draws, there's not much career in that. You have to go find something and tell a story with it. So it could be history, it could be science, it could be biology. Do a really good job telling that through concept art, you'll probably find a job. Well, right now it's just to be a more involved role on films. That's what I'm doing nowadays. So it's basically, instead of doing concept art, it's more about advising directors and producers where to visually take the film. So what is the overall design direction, I guess? So it's not even concept art at all. It is purely, for example, if you're doing a sci-fi film, what type of sci-fi is this? What are the key elements that make this film different from the other film? Not from design, but from idea. So that's where most my job is, and I find that to be really, really fun. I think I grew up in the right time. That's probably it. I grew up in the 80s to 90s when cyberpunk was at the height of it. Right now it's making a comeback, probably because maybe the CD Projekt game and some other things is making it more popular. But I grew up during the rise of cyberpunk. So when Japan was seen as the major competitor for the Americans in the mid-80s. So they were making all this Walkmans and all that stuff. So you remember movies like Akira. There was a lot of Japanese-based movies as well, where Japan was kind of like the bad guy. Like basically their future, the future of the 80s was Japan. For those who are old enough, they'll see that. Like Blade Runner had a little bit of that as well. So it's like Asia was going to be the next dominating future. So I grew up surrounded by those kind of books, by Akira, by there's a ton of films that I watched that had this type of vibe to it. So I like that work. Ghost in the Shell also came out during that time period, about early 90s, right? So there's a lot of influence for me as a kid seeing this kind of world. And also the books like Neuromancer, Mona Lisa, what you call it, right now it's kind of getting late, what's this guy? William Gibson, right? William Gibson. His books were written during that time period as well. And I read them when I was young. So I was at I think the height of cyberpunk being made into a thing. I think now kids are seeing it as it already exists. Yeah, but I lived through that period. Yeah. So I touched those electronics, I played with those kind of computers. Now the kids can only see the picture of it, but I actually use those things. So that's why I always like analog technology versus digital. Yeah, because I find it to be a lot more fun to, to hit the buttons and all that kind of stuff. Well, if you're just beginning, you gotta be very patient. So you cannot get really good really fast. That's almost impossible. So you gotta give yourself 5 years, 10 years, that kind of plan. That's what I did with my career. I was very patient. I knew what I want in 5 years. I know what I want in 10 years. I don't want things in 1 month or 2 months or 1 year. It's not possible. So this is a lifetime career. So I think right now a lot of younger kids, they want to get good, they want to get famous, they want to do all this stuff really quickly. It's not doable. The more time you spend on that, the more you're going to get frustrated. It's better just to plan out long term and meet long time goals and plan for those kind of things. And how to make yourself, I think, more valuable is that you have to really know, how should I say this, understand how the world works. Right? Art is important, but it takes a very, very small percent of this job. I think right now, 10%, 5%, most of it, at least what I find from my clients, they don't pay you for this drawing. They don't care about the drawing at all. It has nothing to do with the job. This job is about where you're selling the idea. We only use the art to sell the idea. So if you draw okay or draw really, really good, it's the same. Because a client, if it's okay, it's okay. So right now, I think a lot of younger guys, they focus on rendering, how nicely, all that. Actually, most clients don't care. If your idea is good, they'll always go to you. So I work with a lot of concept artists that not even on ArtStation or anything. They're really old school. They work on some of the best films on this planet that you never heard of them. Because they don't need to publicize their names. They don't need to do anything. They have so much work. You know, some of these guys are lined up for maybe 3-4 years, no straight up work, big projects, right? And the thing is, yeah, they're like that. And the thing is, they still draw very traditional. They don't use 3D. They're not using the latest rendering. So why?
Like for God of War, CONCEPT-ARTA.
Yeah, why do directors go for that, right? Because the idea is good. So same with Mad Max Fury Road. You look at the concept art for that. It's done in the 90s.
It's made in pencil.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So exactly.
Super cool.
But the idea is really good. That's what I tell younger students. It's like if you focus purely on the art and not grow the other side of you, which is design, you're gonna be one of thousands that do this kind of work. And you're just hurting your career. You know, so the way to get ahead is just tell a story, find something interesting and push that out. Don't do what everybody online is doing. It's very dangerous.